Hello, sir. Or may I call you Captain Rohit? ठीक है. Sir, we have a very few questions. As we know that, as I know that you are a renowned, you can say, fighter plane. आपने भी उड़ाया
No,
है
ma'am,
कभी?
I was flying helicopters in the army,
Okay.
and now I'm flying helicopters in the civil street.
Okay, great. ठीक है. So हमारे बच्चे would want to know that they actually portray this commercial pilot or as a pilot career very glamorous कि आपको अलग-अलग जगह पे fly करने का मौका मिलता है. You actually travel around the world. So how glamorous or how you can say challenging this career is?
Ma'am, this career is glamorous and it is challenging on an equal scale.
Okay.
In the sense that, yes, if a person wants to travel, likes to travel, this is a very good career.
Okay.
And it also gives you a different kick, I'll say, because you are in that 0.5% of people in the world who can fly. The flip side is that it involves a lot of hard work which is behind the scenes, which kids don't realize that this is a career which later on starts taking a toll on your health.
Yes.
Because of unnatural hours, your circadian rhythm gets distorted, your biorhythm gets distorted. Someday you're waking up at 2 o'clock at night, the next day you take off after an 8-hour flight, you land again at a place at 2 o'clock at night.
Okay.
So your body doesn't know
So jet lag is...
whereas those 8 hours gone in life.
Yes.
And this after a certain time starts taking a toll on your biorhythm, your health. And other than that, yes, it's a very highly paying job.
Yes.
And it is a satisfying job, but it's a job which is devoid of any margin for errors.
Okay.
You
Yes.
cannot be unprofessional even for 1 second,
Yes.
because it will result in, first of all, a disaster which can be which we've seen.
Yes.
So it is a very, very unforgiving career in which you have to be at your peak medical fitness
Yes.
to take the right call
Yes.
at the right time, and also you need to be at your peak professional competence.
Yes. Very true. Okay, thank you. And what is the other thing? Like everyone knows that we have to clear some entrance exams and everything for that. Something that the student must know कि भाई इसके बिना is something that you said. आपने बोला कि एक God gifted है ये चीज कि calculative mind होना चाहिए and you should be very spontaneous.
And
right?
you have to be. I'll say that you have to be professional.
Okay.
It is something in which, because the moment you are in the aircraft, first of all you need to go with only that particular flying sortie in your mind. You have to leave everything else behind. So like we used to have a board before we used to get into the cockpit that said that this is the point to leave your worries behind. You might be having family tensions, kids tensions, mental tensions, financial tensions. No, they need to stop before you board the aircraft. Because your mind needs to be absolutely clear that next 2 hours are with the aircraft, not with anything else. Your, other than your this thing, you need to be very upscale about your aircraft, your professional, what I'll say, you have to keep reading. It is not something कि मैंने आज ये कोर्स कर लिया, कल से मैं पायलट हूँ, मेरी पढ़ाई खत्म. You are only as good as your last professional what you can say update.
Learning attitude.
You need to be constant update with the changing technology. If you're not updated with the current technology, you're obsolete.
Why is that important?
It is important because you're handling that technology.
Okay.
You see, the aircrafts are coming out with every second day there's a new instrument being added.
Yes.
There's a new, so more and more a pilot is getting on from being a natural pilot to a system manager.
Yes.
If I don't understand the system, how do I manage a system?
So how important physics is there? Because हमारे students
Physics
को
is
कई
the
बार
most.
लगता है कि
नहीं ma'am, your students should understand that if they are not interested in physics, they shouldn't be interested in flying.
Okay.
Because you are flying because of Bernoulli's theorem.
Yes. I don't know what is that, but
Bernoulli's theorem is the basic high pressure, low pressure का जो आपका.
We've seen in movies. अजय देवगन की movie थी, उसमें हमने देखा है कि.
See ma'am, without physics you cannot fly.
Yeah.
And this is the only profession in which what you learn, just like the doctors, a medical profession कि आप जो सीखते हो आप वही करते हो. Similarly, इसके अंदर the effect of your formulas is precisely the same as on paper as in the aircraft. So if you don't understand it on the paper, you will not be able to fathom कि ये होने वाला है. If the wind is from this direction, my aircraft will fly with a nose like this, and I have to land with a
so calculation
offset. So those calculations and your understanding of the calculation is supposed to be very accurate. So for that, physics is the most subject. I'll say more important than maths.
Thank you. And since sir, you have a flight and you worked for India and represented India at the Air Force also, and now you're working as a civil pilot also. So what difference have you felt?
See, I'll say that I've flown for the Indian Army and I've flown for, now I'm flying outside. I wouldn't have chosen to come outside had I continuously been allowed to fly in the army.
Okay.
Flying in the army is more satisfying.
Okay.
Flying in the civil is for money.
Yes.
Right? And for the love of flying.
Yeah.
Now in the army there comes an age when you can't fly beyond a particular age because youngsters come in the flying domain and you get onto the desk jobs as you grow senior.
Yeah.
And when I graduated to the desk job, I realized that desk job is not my cup of tea. I want to be in the cockpit. Yes. Because once you've flown, you
it's
don't.
Like,
it's a kick. You don't want to do anything else.
Yes.
Right? So I'll say that if you want join the Air Force, Army or Navy, because they give you the best exposure in terms of flying areas. You fly in the field, you fly in remote locations.
More adventurous.
You see the country threadbare. Yes. Flying in civil is more about earning money for that particular company. Right? Ultimately, company is a commercial organization. Input, output match, or rather output has to be more, only then it will grow. So that is the difference between. One is personal satisfaction and the other is, yes, you have to fly, you're flying, but if you ask me flying satisfaction, yes, it was more in the army.
Yes. Any message that you would like to give to any student who's aspiring
students who are aspiring to be a pilot, ma'am, it's a very good profession, it's a very niche profession, and you carry that chip on your shoulder that yes, I'm a pilot.
And someone who's into +2, तो मतलब यहाँ 10th में है, तो उनको stream wise में
physics and maths तो रखना ही पड़ेगा आपको, उसके बिना आप जा ही नहीं सकते, है ना? तो
क्योंकि Air Force की जहाँ बात आती है वहाँ पर फिर भी entrance exam के बिना आपको आगे नहीं जाने दिया जाएगा, लेकिन commercial pilot में बच्चों को लगता है कि
physics and maths तो करना ही पड़ेगा,
उसमें भी करना
ही पड़ेगा,
because the technique is the same.
Because and the other part is that you're not eligible if you don't have this.
Okay. Yes.
In 10+2 certificate, you need to have non-medical passing. Yeah. Physics, maths is required. Plus, you'll be able to understand what you're doing. Otherwise, it is something like there are so many people who become doctors because their parents own a hospital.
Yeah.
तो फिर कहीं से पैसे देके आप डॉक्टर बन जाते हो. But then you are, you're flying as a doctor. Even if you're a bad doctor, you can employ doctors. Yes. But if you're a bad pilot, you are still flying yourself.
Yes. Any language barrier that you have faced?
No, you need to be proficient in English, not because of anything else, but because that is a common language all over the world.
Okay.
So all your air traffic controllers are basically on.
All the guidelines, everything that you get is in English.
Everything is in English. So that is one common language all over the world. So you have to be proficient in English. There's no doubt about that. And you need to anticipate कोई क्या बोलने वाला है, क्या नहीं बोलने वाला. You need to be, you need to be analyzing कि अब move slightly ahead of the aircraft. कि now this is going to happen, so I should be anticipating this in terms of directions coming from the ATC.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much, and all the best to your students who are want to become a pilot.